Yeah, I mean, a couple seconds and it could be, over. There we go.
It's too good. An embarrassment of riches. Well, an episode of Jay Leno's Garage, the car featuring one of my favorites, the Cadillac CT5V. This one has been modified by a gentleman you might know. He has a website called Vehicle Versions, hugely popular, more popular than ours, actually. I'm going to try and fix that if I can. Parker, come on in. Parker Nirenstein, and this is your personal car, correct?
It is, yeah, my daily driver.
Okay, now this, from the factory, this had the same engine as my last generation ZR1 Corvette, 668 horsepower, essentially a four-seater Corvette, which is what I love about it. You've modified it. What have you done?
So I put a Magnuson 2650 supercharger on it.
All right,
so it's a 2.6 liter blower. We've got full, we'll call them racing headers because we're in California, and a tune. It makes about 750 to the wheels, which give or take is about 850 to 900 crank horsepower.
Okay.
So it didn't need more power, but it's a lot more fun.
You
You'll
always
see.
need more power. You always need more power. And now it's one of the few cars you can get with a manual transmission. Most of the European exotics, you can't even get a manual transmission anymore.
Exactly.
So here you get the real fun and involvement of driving with real handling and real performance. You know, the days of putting just the racing stripes and the fancy wheels and calling it a GT, I mean, we're so far past that. And Cadillac, I think, is one of the few automobile companies that's managed to move their demo downward, because people buy these as performance cars. You can still get a luxury Cadillac if you want, but to me, this is really the way to go. I mean, it's a nice size, it carries 4 people. This is what the English used to call a Q-ship. It looks like, it looks unassuming unless you know exactly what it is, you know? I think it's an underrated car. You know, a lot of Europeans don't want to compare it to the BMW, the M series, but more horsepower, it's faster, bigger. I mean, I think it's a worthwhile competitor to that.
Absolutely.
Don't you? I think it's an American BMW. And the fact that it's a Cadillac just makes me smile, because I'm old enough to remember what Cadillac used to be, you know, the guy with the cigar, the golf course, and all that kind of stuff, you know. What brought you to this brand? I mean, you seem like a hypercar kind of guy, Lamborghinis and all that. I mean, I'm curious.
Well, you're not wrong on that.
Yeah.
So I was and still am, a big BMW, Mercedes, European car guy. And I had a 2001 E39 M5 as a daily for a long time. There's some weird similarities, actually, similar curb weight, V8 manual. And speaking about the age demographics, the Cadillac as a brand wasn't really on my radar. And then they come out with a car that's almost more of an M5 than BMW's own M5.
Exactly.
So this car actually is a second faster than the M5 CS around Virginia International Raceway. So a lot of people view this as a luxury car that can do burnouts, but they came in and made it a real track performance machine.
Yeah, it really is. And I always see these SUVs, they pretend they're performance cars, but this really is a performance car. You don't give up anything, you know, and the fact that it's a 4-door, it's funny, because when I was a kid, the 2-door was always the optimal one to have, and the 4-door was kind of your grandparents' car. But young people today don't, oh no, it's 4-door, it's more practical. It doesn't make any difference to them. It's just so funny how that changes.
I mean, I have some 2-door cars that I absolutely love. There's a time and a place for those, but I wanted kind of the most exciting daily driver possible.
Right.
And the car prior to this was a Tesla Model S Plaid, which, you know, is a great point A to point B car, but you hop in something like this and it's a whole nother experience.
Yeah, that's interesting.
More fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they do in F1. That's going to be,
me too.
That's going to be fascinating. I'm sure there'll be some rough patches the first
100%.
year, but yeah, they don't underestimate GM. They really are an engineering company now. When you look at
absolutely.
You know, it's so funny. Mark Royce, the president, it's like every weekend he's at Nürburgring. He's going. I mean, he drove the new Corvette to 233 miles an hour. Imagine any other company let the president go 233 miles.
Yeah,
I mean, it was unheard of, you know. So it's fun to see real car guys at the helm of these American companies. Obviously, we got 4-wheel disc brakes. What other performance options do we have?
Yeah, so these are carbon ceramics, which was an option on this car, which seems a little ridiculous on a 4-door sedan, but I've taken this to the racetrack a fair amount, and it slows down really well. No brake fade because of the carbon ceramics. I mean, the car sounds good from the factory. It's actually pretty loud for considering today's emission standards, but with the full headers, it's very, very loud.
There you go. I mean, do those discs glow red?
They can, yeah. I mean, it's 4,000 pounds, which today for a sedan is light, but it's 4,000 pounds is still 4,000 pounds.
Well, it's 400 pounds lighter than a Hellcat, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
With a lot more horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find fault with these, you know. I always like the English like to nitpick the American. Well, they do it up hard, you know. But no, it's just great. It's just great. Well, very cool. Are those factory wheels?
They are. Yep.
They're not magnesium, are they?
They're not. No.
I like the seats. Are those Recaros?
I actually don't know the answer to that. They're a factory sport bucket option.
Yeah.
The thing I like about them is it's the first bucket seats I've ever had that can massage you, have heated and ventilation, and they actually hold you in place on the track. And they're also comfortable on road trips. And
I'm also a sucker for quilted leather.
Me too.
You know, I remember when I was a kid looking in the back of a Ferrari Lusso, and the whole back was that quilt. Ooh, just something made it look rich and expensive.
100%. I completely agree with you. I don't know what it is.
What else we got? A little spoiler on the back, a few performance items, yeah.
So we got Hoosier Track Attack Pro tires on the rear. With the stock tires, the OEM horsepower at 668 was about at the limit, so it needed some more rubber to put the power down.
Right.
At this level, it's still drivable. You can still floor it in second gear and actually get some grip and go forward, but certainly if you floor it in first with traction control off, it'll...
Yeah, no, it's great. It's terrific. And you got a real trunk. You can go places with it. And have you got kids?
I don't, but I've done quite a lot of road trips with this thing.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable. It's got MagneRide suspension, MagneRide 4, which is actually the fastest reacting suspension in the world. It does it every 1 millisecond, a thousandth of a second. And so if you're driving to Vegas, in comfort mode or tour mode, they call it.
Yeah.
Super easy, and then you click the V button, it firms up, and then you can take it to the track.
Can we open the hood? Let's look.
Absolutely.
And that just bolts right up, huh?
Yeah, it's actually, Magnuson sells it as a kit for the Blackwing. It's a supercharger that they've put on other platforms.
And they advertise it, it's for the Blackwing.
Yeah, so prior to my car, they had one that you could kind of make work, but you had to do some adjustments.
Right,
and then we worked together. I gave them my car for a month, and they developed one specifically for the Blackwing.
Oh, is that right? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Was it supercharged originally?
It was. So it's just a higher displacement,
okay,
2.65
because I
liter.
thought it was supercharged.
Yeah.
Is this that much better?
I think so.
Yeah. Was it maybe about 30, 40 horsepower more?
It's about 200 or 200 plus horsepower more.
Really? Okay, wow.
This actually is capable of 1,600 horsepower. I don't have the supporting mods to not blow the motor, but yeah, that blower can do 1,600 at the wheels.
God, it's just so well done these days. And boy, they get it in there, don't they?
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
I mean, you can't get a credit card between any of this.
I mean, even to fill up the oil, it's in such a weird position there. You've got to use a funnel that's 10 feet long. So they've maximized every inch of the engine bay. But it's relatively easy to work on.
Is this it here?
That's a reservoir for the supercharger. But
okay. Everything fits, you know? The last 10 years of engineering, it's just great. All the problems they used to have with, you know, gaskets and seals. And I mean,
you can literally just drive this to O'Reilly's and get a bunch of stuff for it in a local shop. It's really not that complex to work on or to find any of the parts.
Yeah, and boy, that looks like it belongs there, which obviously it does because it's developed for this motor. Obviously, you have no factory warranty anymore.
So the kind of cool part is, if I had this supercharger and left it as it is, the ECU can actually adjust for the new supercharger, and they've gotten it carb compliant, and you can maintain your warranty. I wanted more horsepower than that, so I threw that out the window.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
It's more fun this way. You'll see.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. So what is our horsepower right now?
Like 850.
850. Okay. And what are you going for?
Maybe 1,050 to the wheels, which is about 1,200.
Okay. And you can get a new Corvette that has 1,260.
I know. I'm trying to get that. The ZR1X. I've driven the normal ZR1, the 1,064 horsepower one, and even that is a rocket ship.
Yeah. So you've done top end supercharge. Any cam or anything different?
That's the next step, is to add a cam and then port injection. It's basically limited by fueling. Right. So right now, I've kind of run out of fuel to throw at it on 91. I do have Cook's headers on the car, so it's more breathable, can add more fuel.
Okay.
New era performance tuned the car, and yeah, they put it on the dyno, made about 750 to the wheels on pump gas. So once I get a new fueling setup and can run it on an E85 blend or something like MS109, it'll really bump up the power.
Now, do you keep it? You keep the bore and stroke the same? I mean,
yeah, same 6.2.
So you don't increase the.
No, you can make like 1,500 horsepower keeping the 6.2.
Okay.
Well, you'll have to do heads and cams.
What kind of compression ratio? Do you lower it even more because you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I want to say somewhere around 11 to 1, but I'd have to double check that.
I know, I just don't want to grenade the motor.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point, horsepower-wise, does this just overwrought the chassis? You know what I'm saying?
Right now, it feels like the perfect amount to keep it how the car was built. I've taken it to the track at this power level. You can still go through the canyons, and it gets to the next corner really fast, but it feels like it was built to handle that level of power.
Right.
I think when you go a little above that, it'll be a missile in a straight line.
So you need to go a little above that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you get many tickets?
I've got radar detectors in all my cars. And drive strategically, so not really.
Well, no, that's good. That's good. And shocks, tell about, do you keep suspension and everything?
Yeah, so the suspension is 100% OEM. It's magneto-iriological dampers that uses this electric current that goes through a fluid that changes the viscosity.
Viscosity of it, yeah.
And they did such a good job with that. I don't really want to touch it and
it's amazing how good it is.
Yeah.
It's just, there's almost nothing you can do. It's like the old days when you bought a car, first thing you do is replace the stereo with some fancy stereo. And there were stereo shops all over LA. There aren't any anymore because OEMs are so good now. You're not going to get an aftermarket system that's better than a lot of the standard stuff now. Now, initially, I thought this was the battery. It looks like a motorcycle-sized battery, but no, this is just to connect the battery. I guess is in the trunk or in the back. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Good use of space here. God, they just get a lot of stuff in here, don't they? Plus, you've got air conditioning, power steering, power brake. I mean,
massaging seats.
Yeah, massaging seats. Yeah, you like those massaging seats, apparently.
I don't know why. I do. I turned them on the racetrack.
You know why? Because they massage. That's why.
Fair enough.
That would be it. Yeah. Let's see. So cam is next, and pistons.
It doesn't need pistons until well above the power level that I'm willing to do.
Right.
But cam and then port injection. It's a basic engine, so it's a single cam. It doesn't have dual overhead cam or anything. And then the big thing is extra port injection. They stick a piece right here, right underneath this, to add extra fueling. And then it'll be port and direct injection at the same time.
So you're getting too much gas mileage at this point. You want to get
No, we're at like 9, and I'd like it to be 4.
Right, 4, yeah. Are you like 9 now?
10. That's my only complaint really with this car. I love it, but they put a 16-gallon fuel tank in it, and it gets 10 miles to the gallon. That's 160 miles. If people talk about electric cars having poor range, you can't go anywhere with this thing.
Right. But if you drove it normally.
Yeah, it can get 20 if you drive it really sensibly.
Is there a gas guzzler tax in these when you buy it new?
I believe so, yeah.
Is there one? I thought maybe there wouldn't be. I thought they got like, even Corvette gets 24, you know?
Yeah. This doesn't.
Okay. You're just getting too much gas mileage. Yeah, all right, very good. Well, cool. Let's take it for a ride.
Let's do it.
Okay, how do I hit V with the V mode button?
Yeah, perfect.
Not too bad. I love that it's a stick.
Me too. That was kind of the reason I got it.
I've got a 2012 CT5V.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I bought the first gen when it came out. So I'm going to get one right away because they're going to do away with the stick. But they have it.
I got to give GM huge props for in 2026 still having a manual car.
Oh yeah, I think it's great. very responsive. Wonderful.
So you've got like a 5-stage traction control on the right that adjusts the PTM modes.
Right.
You can do anything from, it even has a snow mode, which I find hilarious, driving this thing in the snow.
The rearview mirror is so weird that it's a camera.
I know, it took me a little bit to get used to, but I actually kind of like it now.
I feel like I'm watching one of those Jack Nicholson LSD movies from the from the 60s where
100%.
Yeah, I mean, because you look in the rearview, you go, what?
It does if you flick it like this, it'll go to a normal mirror, but it's pretty clear. Until it starts raining, and then it fogs up and you can't see anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so stupid. Hilarious. I mean, you know, it's just fun to see muscle cars are a complete package. Because there was a time in the 60s, and it was just horsepower. You nail it, you go sideways, and everybody took that for speed. The thing would lose control. It's so fast you lose control. You know, that kind of nonsense. You know, even that F1 McLaren. I was on the freeway once with it. I got in the 210, and I'll just nail it going second or third, and I start sliding sideways into the next lane. I'm like, jeez, I don't want to do anything too quick, you know. So I just kind of get off the throttle a little bit and bring it around. But it's like, there's no traction. There's nothing.
Yeah.
You get nothing to save you there. It's hilarious.
Is the suspension pretty compliant on the F1?
Yes, it's very good. It is very good. You have steel rotors. Carbon fiber hadn't even been invented for brakes yet. At least it wasn't. I'm sure it was invented, but it just was not available. You forget how old that car is. It's more than 30 years old.
What year is yours? 94?
Well, 94. Yeah,
that was when I was born.
They're all. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's so hilarious. You think you're at the end of the travel, and then there's that extra right there. Yeah, this thing's a freight train. The best thing is the stiffness, just no chassis flex.
Yeah, no body roll at all.
You know, because in the old days you got on the gas and whoa, you saw all over the place.
And I think for electronic steering, it has a good feel to it when you're pushing it around corners.
Yeah.
All these cars are they want to make it too light and too easy to drive for the average, client. But if you're really into cars, you want the feel and feedback.
You know, there was a time right before the mid-50s when you bought a car like a Hudson, before power steering, before power, everything was nicely weighted.
Mm-hmm.
It just took a little more, but they're just nicely, where you press the brake and it'd be very linear. The harder you push, the more braking you got. And, even like my SLR has the electric kind of brake. You touch it, and there's an initial nothing, and then a grip. I mean, it's nothing you can measure. It's a measure of time. It's so infinitesimal, but just nothing happens the millisecond, and then it happens.
Yeah.
But it just psychologically, because when you're going 80, 90, you're going fast. So
it's kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, I like that period, and they had to make the steering easy enough to turn, but enough so it felt substantial. It's just an interesting time.
I think that's part of what's cool with this car is they've kind of brought it back to the basics. I mean, it's just a simple Tremec manual transmission, rear-wheel drive, big V8. And that's been a formula for 50, 60 years.
And it's so funny, all the Europeans would make fun of the American V8, like the Corvette, but the center of gravity is lower because you had the cams down here in the block.
Exactly.
And when you got 4 cams spinning up here,
100%.
There's the gyroscopic effect. You don't even realize until you drive a car that has it, and you go, oh, that doesn't feel as stable as a Corvette, would it?
And with the single cam and basically a very simple V8, you can push crazy power without having to do a whole bunch of mods. If it was flat plane crank and super high compression, it would be harder to modify.
But I always say the last days of old technology are better than the first days of new technology. And that's kind of true. They've taken that V8 and made it just bulletproof. You're not going to break this.
100%. And one thing that's cool is it has no lift shift. So if you're in second, you floor it, you don't even have to let off the accelerator. All you do is push in the clutch and put it into third, and it'll keep flying, which is a weird sensation because it's not like you don't typically do that driving a manual car. First time it kind of scared me. It's kind of sad. This is basically the last of its kind.
They're not doing the
Well, they're teasing they might do another Blackwing, which
Yeah.
would be incredible, but it's the last V8 manual sedan you can buy. I feel like car companies are starting to realize people want the more old school, simple formula, but is there actually enough consumers? Plenty of enthusiasts online that say, no, I'll buy the manual, but are there enough
Well,
actual
it's the people that want it, can't afford it. Because you're so protected in monocoques. You got to, like the Camaro, the sill is way up here, and the window looks like a slit, and you know. Whereas this thing, you're outside.
Yeah, it's an easy car to drive, for sure.
And from here, I feel like I'm in a BMW 2002. The front end looks so short, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's almost deceptive.
You're right there, yeah. It's really nice. And what does the top of the line black wing go for? What, 125, 140?
You can make them a lot now. So if you wanted a 2026, they have this curated program where you can kind of choose whatever colors on the inside and outside you want. It's almost like a tailor-made.
Right.
You could spend 150 to 160.
Yeah.
I mean, the manual's free. It's a no-cost option.
Right.
You have to pay to get the 10-speed auto, which why would you do that?
Right.
And you could probably get away with getting a new one for 110, something like that. Carbon ceramics are 10 grand. There are some expensive options.
But those are worth it.
Yeah. What I do find nice is this color, electric blue, they only charge $600. I feel like nowadays car companies go, oh, you want that color? It's $25,000.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, I did Lantana purple on my 600 LT, which was a MSO color.
Yeah.
And I think it was somewhere around 16 grand.
Yeah, that's
which
fun.
is ridiculous. I'm in the long run now. I'm happy. I love the color.
Right.
But especially at the level of hypercars, if you're paying $3 million, do you really need to be charged an extra 20 grand?
I know. It makes like when I bought my F1. I bought it secondhand, but the factory got it back and was selling it. It says it comes with air conditioning. Oh, okay. And then he said, Howard Dermott, the guy. He said, but if you want good air conditioning, it's another 25 grand. I go, why would I want bad air? Why would I want merely adequate air conditioning?
Yeah, that's wild.
He said, well, it doesn't work when it's really hot. Well, that's when I would want air conditioning. I mean, it's $1 million car. I mean, yeah, it's just.
How long ago did you buy that?
God, 26 years ago.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Long time ago. When I got it, it was 800,000. And I'm talking to the guy on the phone. He says, we got one left. It's 800. I go, that's what it costs new. He goes, well, we think they're going to go up. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll call you back in 2 weeks. If you haven't sold it, I'll buy it. Hoping they would sell it.
Mm-hmm.
I call back. Is it sold? The guy goes, no, but we had an inch and body tape. All right, I'll buy it. I'm so glad I bought it.
Yeah. No, that's a holy grail of a car.
I'll tell you a funny story. I buy it. I get it here. I drive it up my street. As I'm coming up my street, 3 houses down from me, I see another one. I go, what? So I pull over and I go up and ring the bell. And just like a movie, this woman who looks like a model is wrapped in a towel and her hair's all wet. She goes, yeah, can I help you? I said, oh, that car was, whose car was that? It's my boyfriend's. I said, yeah, I have one just like it. And she goes, so? So yeah, I go, well, it's a very, and I realize she's soaking wet. She's standing there in a towel. And I just feel like an idiot, like I'm ringing the bell because I know she lives there. I just felt like so stupid.
That's so funny. I pictured the guy coming out and freaking out.
No,
you guys riding off into the sunset together.
The guy that bought it, Dan Kennedy, he had it like a short time. And then he called me and said, a guy offered me $1 million too. You know, I'm never going to make that kind of profit. I don't want to sell it, but I might as well flip. Because he thought it was just a crazy property.
Yeah, yeah.
Another $300,000 more than he paid. I mean, I just get in so much trouble.
Yeah, it goes 200 miles an hour, so you definitely.
It just feels. You know, my complaint with American supercars for years as compared to the European stuff was sophisticated. It whined, it made a sound that didn't sound like it was going to come apart at any minute, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't guttural, it was like even the P1.
Yep.
Every shift is like one of those what do you call them? Benihana shifts. You know, they're just cutting the just like, I mean, it was such a joy to drive. And this feels like that. I mean, it feels that tight. I love the way the engine revs. I know it's only revving at 65, but it feels like it's higher than that too.
Yeah.
You know, it's just well put together. It's really impressive.
I think it's a very predictable car. The power band is pretty linear because of the supercharger. Doesn't have twin turbos and really peaky torque or anything like that. And the steering, and when it starts to lose traction, it's predictable. It's an easily slidable car.
And the fact that they can, if this was a European sedan, it would be 250 or 300.
Yeah.
It'd be 3.25, easy. Even the regular Corvette. I mean, I have that ZR1X coming, and for 240,000 with every option, yes, it's crazy amount of money, but it's less than the sales tax on some European exotic.
Well, I mean, it's more horsepower than the new Ferrari F80 or the W1.
Right.
And
it's faster.
It's 10 times less, more than 10 times less.
I know.
And faster.
I know. I mean, the fact that they can build it in an American shop, paying a union wage, and still make a profit,
it's pretty impressive.
It's a testament to the engineering and
And it does lead me to believe their F1 journey could be pretty fruitful.
Yeah, I think it will be. It just kind of makes me sad. Going to F1 racing, people were in Cadillac jackets, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
no, that'll be a funny sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. And this is what's fun about this. You could be a married guy with 2 kids and a young wife, and you take them all out, and nobody would know it was a performance car.
100%.
Until you put, you know, it's kind of like the big motorcycles, like the Kawasaki's and the Suzuki's. They're 200 and something horsepower. But if you drive them like scooters, they're fine. They just go around town. They're not noisy. You know, then you get on and you go, oh my God. Like this is the most docile, you know. I mean, I remember the old days when you bought a Hemi, it came with a 90-day warranty, and that was it.
Oh my gosh, no way.
The warranty was 90 days on the Hemi, and if they knew you went to a drag strip, your Hemi was your warranty was void.
Wow.
If you raced it or abused it, yeah. Now they say, go out there, try and break it.
All right, so if having driven this car, do you think it needs more horsepower? Probably, right?
No, you know, I'm not good enough to do what this is capable of doing. I remember one day, I ride motorcycles too, and I was up at the rock store, and some famous flat track guy came up there, and he's driving one of the dealers on a bone stock 883 Harley, which is, what, 58 horsepower? Like that. And he goes up to the canyons, and he's literally slamming the handlebars are hitting the ground.
Up the snake.
He's leaning so far away, and he's beating Kawasaki's and guys and, you know, trick Suzuki's that have got 200. And you realize it's really almost all the driver.
100%.
You know,
100%.
So to me, it's fun to have a lot of horsepower, and I enjoy using it all. But I'm not good enough to get it to do what it's capable of doing.
I feel like that's the most important thing with driving is understanding your own personal limits and making sure you stay below it.
Oh yeah,
Because when you start thinking you're good, when you're not a professional training every day and whatnot, that's when you get into trouble and
like
do something silly.
Race car driving is like sex. All men think they're good at it. You know? Until you talk to women, they go, no, wasn't that good at all. Oh, jeez. You're just going to jail.
Yeah, I mean, a couple seconds and it could be over.
You know, one of my favorite cars, I've got the 63 Porsche Carrera GT.
Yep, awesome car.
And the fun part of that is you put your foot in it and you can see the tach go 4, 5, 6, 7. You can enjoy the trip around the track, and then you, like with this, why am I in jail? Why am I handcuffed? What happened?
Yeah, the Carrera GT is an awesome car.
when you realize this is a faster car around the Nürburgring than the Carrera GT. I'll bet.
It's possible.
Oh, I think it probably is.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how technology has advanced so much. I drove the Temerario, the new Lamborghini, recently, and then back to back with the 918 Spider.
Yeah.
And it's faster than a 918 Spider.
I know.
And it's, you know,
but
7 times less expensive. It's just technology is advanced. The 918 is more fun and engaging, but
it's too good. An embarrassment of riches.
For a car you can drive every day, it's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah. It used to be, in the old days, the penalty you paid for that kind of performance was unreliability and overheating and frequent oil changes and it's just all these things. They don't exist anymore. This car, you actually have to pull back on this bridge because you're just going way too fast. The thing that's most impressive, because horsepower has always been around, cars have always been fast. It's just the way it feels so tight and as just it's like a solid billet. You just carve the car out of a solid billet.
It almost feels in a way like a bigger 997 Porsche. Like the 997 generation has such nice steering and the manual transmission. There we go.
You don't really need more power than that.
No. But nobody really needs a V8 to generate.
That's right.
I think they did a great job. Pretty much does everything I wanted to for a daily driver. And I think it is really the last of this era. There aren't going to be more V8 manual cars.
Well, you say that, but you know, they said that when mine came out in 12.
Yeah, that's true.
They said
true.
They said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good to know progress is good. You know, people talk about the 60s, the golden age.
Sure.
This is the golden age. Right now, you've got not only power, but handling, reliability, warranties. I mean, things you didn't have at all. Well, Parker, thank you very much. Parker, this is a great car. I am very impressed. I have a 2012 version of this, the first one, with the 6-speed, and I love it. And it just makes me laugh. This is the end of an era. That was the end of the era. And the fact that it's even gotten better since that is very impressitive. Thank you, my friend.
Well,
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the car. You've driven kind of everything, so I wasn't sure.
I think this is great. It's a 4-door Corvette. It's a 4-door Porsche. Call it whatever you want. And I think it probably is faster than a 918, don't you think?
Not quite. We can pretend.
Not quite. We can pretend. Well, we have fun pretending. See you guys next week.